Yeah, I never once physically disciplined my daughter. David was never physically disciplined either at a young age. Not in, he never got physically disciplined until after he came back from what his mother got him wrapped up in, which I didn't know that at the time it was his mother. Should have known she was the one that neglected to take him to the appointment that CPS wanted her to take him to, and she was the one that got CPS involved off of a false report and lied to me, saying that CPS and David was stating all this, which he was very young at the time. So I was wondering where he was getting all this because we had neighbors, we had people around us all the time. They knew I didn't smoke in my house. My son has never had cigarette burns on him. And I don't know how she kept it from me that she was the one that put that report into the hospital when took him there to get him evaluated. I guess she was trying to pull a fast one to save her butt from not taking him to that intake that she was supposed to take him to. We took him to the first one, and CPS wasn't happy with that, so they wanted him to go to another one because she was telling him to do things, and CPS got involved at school, tried to bribe my other two children to say things against their family. And apparently the other two kids wouldn't say anything. David came up with a whole crazy story. Um, yeah, it was because I took a toy away from him because he deliberately destroyed it out of being mad because he wasn't doing what he was told and he got upset. So he threw a couple of pieces of a Lego toy. It wasn't that big of a deal. I was just teaching him to respect his toys or he wouldn't get them. I mean, typical parent and kid thing. But for some reason, either his mother or him decided to blow it out of proportion and tried to lie to CPS to get them to buy him this toy. And it ended up getting him in trouble. And come to find out, his mother was putting in reports too. So I'm really thinking she was the one that was putting him up to doing that. See, we lived in Lakeside, yes, but I had gotten the piece of land that our trailer was on for a tax sale, which meant we owned it because it was 2 years delinquent in taxes and I went and bought it. So we owned it. And ever since that, all this crazy stuff started happening. And if you think about it, if a girl was trying to get a guy in trouble to take the land, she could do that. One, get him arrested off of reports like that, especially stuff against the children. That way, once he realizes and figures out what really happened, it's going to be hard to get that off his record and to prove, especially when you're the only two around each other and the kids are young. Kirsten was 2, almost 3, and Talon, he was a little over 1, maybe. So, I mean, wow. And yeah, she asked for all these kids, by the way. Oh yeah, she did. That's the whole reason why I had my first son, is because his mother wanted a family and supposedly to forget about what her stepdad and life was like. Basically, what she said. And I didn't just be like, okay, let's do it. No, with her, it took me probably about 3.5 months before I decided, that I was going to attempt it with her. But I had to make sure her head was on straight because I was working my business at the time, installing floors. Yep, same business I still run today that they love messing with just to make me look bad. Yeah, they knew my family came first. I'd sit my business down and go to them because it's flexible. Yeah, I might lose that customer, but I can go get more. My family was the whole reason I did the business. That was my goal in life, to be a dad and have a family. These girls knew that. Bethany broke up with me a few times because we were young when we first met. I was like 12, she was 11. And, we did a lot of fun stuff together. We just didn't make out or anything like that. I didn't even know she wanted to. It just, we had so much fun, it just never really came up. I don't know. I felt stupid after she had broken up with me, and then I heard through the grapevine that that was the problem with, yeah, I mean, she just disappeared. And I talked to her on the phone one day, and she said, "Yeah, we're not together anymore." Like, obviously. I was like, "That's not why I'm calling. Obviously, that was. I'm making sure you're okay and trying to get some clarity on what the hell happened." And I told her what I'd been hearing, and she said, "Yeah, that was true." I said, "Why didn't you just talk to me?" She's like, "Well, that's not the way it goes." I said, "Well, that's what I was taught. I was raised by my mom. You wait for her to make the first move on stuff like that. You don't do that. And even if she does, you still have the right to make a decision. You can still say no. You don't have to say yes just because you're a guy." And we were 11 and 12. I mean, come on. At that time, I thought it was just kiddie stuff, just two, a guy and a girl youngster that liked each other, so they hung around with each other. I never even thought that she was thinking those thoughts. I never knew. We held hands. I carried her down a beach. We had a lot of fun together. I'm not talking about for a few feet. I carried that girl for miles. And then on the boardwalk because she was burning her feet. But anyway, yeah, my brother always, for some reason, tried to sneak behind my back. I guess he thought it was funny. I don't know. I never did that to him. There's plenty of girls he had dated that tried to talk to me, and I wouldn't give them the time of day. The one girl, Erin, she's tried multiple times, and I wouldn't talk to her. I even went to school with her and didn't even know it in Perryville. She spun me around the hall and said, "Hey, I'm Erin. I'm the one that you spoke to on the phone." I said, "Yeah," and nodded my head, turned around, and walked away. Oh, she was pissed. Yeah. Well, she kept trying to hit on me, saying that I sounded cuter than my brother when she would call the house for him. And I didn't know who this chick was. All I knew is that it was my brother's girlfriend. That's it. And I would just hand the phone off to him or hang up when she would do that. I'm like, whatever. Not him, apparently. But yeah, I mean, this is just ridiculous. The whole reason why we ended up here in 2015 is because of Tiffany. She wrecked the car on purpose. I I know everybody thinks, "Oh, well, that's hard to believe." Yeah, no shit. It's very hard to believe, but it's true. And she was pregnant with Nolan at the time. I don't know. She said she wanted 11 kids, and the whole time, uh, leading up to where she got pregnant with David, that was nothing but a back and forth, fucking crazy, crazy, crazy. Every time I turned around, there's another dude, or my brother, or some other guy, or Heather, or this or that. Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? You said you were tired of all this stuff, that you wanted a real relationship. You agreed to everything I said in the fucking parking lot at Walmart, talking for 3 hours. Was that just a joke to you? And I guess it was, because, dude, either that or she was just improving so she could get what supposedly she wanted. Jeez, man. Am I a saint? No, I got mad at her for things, but it was because I was hurt. It wasn't because of, oh, it's just mad. No, she deliberately had conversations with me. We came to agreements, and she would deliberately do the opposite of it right afterwards. Every time. And yeah, I left. I left multiple times. She'd always find me and pull that innocent, I'm sorry, I'll never do, just like dudes do it to girls. I see dudes do it to girls all the time. My brother's one of them. That's why I fucking hate him. But no, now I'm turned into what he is. What? Just because people want to assume that. Oh, hell no. This bitch ain't gonna date me for 10 years. Fuck up my whole life. Every fucking thing she did was deliberate. And then turn around and be like, "Oh, well, you're the problem." No, I don't think so. Bethany did that shit. I let it go. I only said stuff when people came to me. Jen did what she did. I didn't say anything. I fucking kicked that bitch to the curb. I tried to get my daughter twice and take care of her. It was nothing but fucking hell. Every time I tried to tell the truth, everybody just believed bullshit. I don't know what it is. These girls have no facts, nothing at all. Jen used to tell people that she had to get a surgical procedure because of supposed abuse that I did to her. But she can't produce the fucking medical records. Oh, that's HIPAA. Yeah, no shit, smartass. Go get it. I want to see the police report because something like that, there's going to be a police report. How come I was never arrested for that? Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's a fucking lie. That's what I mean. She lied about she was working at Red Robin when we were going through court for Jazz for the second time. She didn't show up for court multiple times. She even threw a fit in the courtroom to get a lawyer, and they gave her one of the top of the line best fucking lawyers in the fucking county. And that lawyer dismissed her appearance because Jen didn't show up for 3 straight court dates. Meanwhile, I'm still fighting to get Jazz. The whole fucking time. That's all I ever did was fight. And I'm hitting shit that never happened. Jen's Aunt Rocky knows the argument I had with the fucking master and what he said. He said if I didn't let Jasmine go with a drug dealer, that it was going to be considered mental something on Jasmine because I took her away from that woman when she didn't even know that woman. They made that master think that Jasmine had been with that woman the whole time her mother had been back in the state. And guess what? Jen didn't have custody of her to even do that. Did she ever get in trouble for kidnapping and hurting this child? No. She's the one that gave this child to that drug dealer. Did she ever get in trouble for that? No. They just ignored it. I told everybody that. And, oh, yeah, right. Go look it up. It's all in public record. Court record, you can look it up yourself. I won that little girl twice. Her mother made it with manipulation to where I would never get her back the third time. And it was off of lies. I'm the one who took Jasmine to that school that day, and she never came home because she came home from her mother's with a big goose egg on the back of her head, and it was over a microphone. Something about Jen getting in the shower, and Jazzy got a hold of it and broke it, and Jen wanted me to pay for it. And I said, no, I'm not paying for a microphone because you don't know how to keep an eye on Jasmine. And that's exactly what happened. I still have all the stuff from the freaking text messages and the phone calls. She was living with a guy named Steve. and northeast. Well, Elkton area. Off of Old Elk Neck Road, Turkey Point Road. Yeah. That's why Jasmine was taken the third time and taken to Texas.